Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been 4 weeks since I started this eggshell worm bin, so I am feeding these worms just eggshell, of course, because eggshell is not a good bedding. I have dried leaves in there as well, so I haven't checked on the bin since then, so I thought it was a good idea to see what's happening in there, and I thought you'd like to see the result as well. So the big question is, did the worms survive? Because this is not just eggshell, it is unwashed eggshell, and we constantly hear just how important it is to wash our eggshells because of the bacteria that grows on it, and it can be harmful to worms. So the whole purpose of doing this eggshell worm bin is to see whether or not you really have to wash the eggshells, because really worms are natural consumers of decomposing matter, and decomposing organic matter is going to have all sorts of bacteria on them, and that is what worms eat. So will unwashed eggshell actually harm them? Let's get right into it to see how these guys are doing, if they are there. The corners of the bin have dried out a bit, but it's still fairly moist in there. Oh, I see one worm right there, so that's good. It means that one survived the bin. Oh, where did he go? And most of these, as you may recall, most of them that I put in the bin, oh, there's another one right there, most of them were juvenile. So, and I put juvenile in there because the moment you take them out of an environment and put them into a different environment that is drastically different in pH level, it can be harmful to them. But for the younger worms, it might not be that way, since as they are new to the environment that they were born in, and so the change might not be as drastic for them. So that is why I use juveniles in here. Of course, I had a few mature ones because I didn't really have the time to separate the mature ones from the material. Here is a mature one, and this guy survived the new environment, so that is a very good sign. There is another mature one. I am looking if I see any babies. I don't know if you are able to see, but right at the tip of my finger there is a new hatchling, and I know it's a new hatchling because it has been 4 weeks, and usually by this time they would have had their pigmentation already, and they would be a bit bigger than this. So that would mean that they are laying and hatching in the bin, so that is a pretty good sign. The bin has a lot, oh, that's a lot of eggshells in here, so I don't need to feed them. I don't think I'm gonna have to feed this bin, to be honest, for maybe 6 months or more, because it's not really a lot of worms that I put in there. It was a good amount of the hatchlings, but oh yeah, I like that. Hopefully these are not potworms, but actually young hatchlings. Oops. My apologies. Can you see from the corner of the bin there? Do you see all those worms wiggling there? So those are a lot of hatchlings, so that is also a good sign. I don't see any worms on the side of the bin, as if they are trying to escape. That is also a good sign, because when worms are not satisfied with the environment that they are in, then they do try to escape. I'm just gonna level this off and make sure that the leaves that were dry get submerged so that they can soften a bit. So I am quite satisfied with what I am seeing. Do you see those guys? I must be honest though, the bin does carry a bit of a foul odor. Thankfully it is eggshell, so in case the bin becomes acidic, then the eggshells would prevent that from happening. But it does carry a bit of an odor. I don't know if it is because the eggshells were not washed. But anyway, the conclusion of the matter is that so far the worms seem to be okay. I see young hatchlings in there, which means that they must be reproducing, because the experiment was started 4 weeks ago. So then you make the decision for yourself, but based on what I am seeing, eggshells don't have to be washed before you feed them to your worms. You want to crush them though, because worms don't have teeth. They use their gizzard to process the food, and so you crush the eggshells. It makes it a bit easier for them to eat. And the eggshell in the worm bin is very beneficial also, not just for keeping down the pH, but as I mentioned, they don't have teeth, so this roughage, the eggshell, will help to move the food along in their stomach. Okay, so that's it for now. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You can share the video with your friends, because a lot of persons are into worm farming, but they don't know that you can actually feed the worms unwashed eggshells. So you can share it with your friends. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. And don't forget to turn on your notification button. I will be giving another update in 2 months from now, so 3 months, to see how many mature worms are in there and just how well the worms are doing. So have yourself a wonderful afternoon.